In closing, I hope that users are able to find as much worth in BoxCutter as I do and as much enjoyment. But, me personally, I enjoy getting in here and using a little bit of HardOps to just start out creating a basic shape and then letting BoxCutter just kind of take the rest as a experiment to start the day. So we'll just get in here and just perform a nice little cut on a sphere that we created with sphere cast. We'll press X a couple of times to switch over to inset. Maybe press T in order to lower the amount that we're insetting on the inside. We see that we're wearing inside just a little bit much. However, we could probably actually adjust that by using a mod scroll to bring back our first piece and just make some further adjustments to it. For this, I will bring up circle and just hold control to jump in here and cut a circle on the inside, and then we'll do it one more time, except this time I'll press V in order to use a radial array. Whenever it comes to radial array, I also like shifting it to live and taking the top face of the circle and control clicking mark in order to perform a reverse bevel, giving us something kind of similar to that. And then we can look at it from top view, press D, switch over to box. I'm still getting used to the whole alt scroll system of BoxCutter. I do love it. It's just so very new, and I requested it so long ago that I'm just not used to actually seeing it. I'm like a dog chasing his tail as far as that feature is concerned. But I just wanted to close out the video just kind of showing a little bit about how you can just get started with BoxCutter and just creating some shapes without really a whole lot of fuss and have a very nice, quiet, and enjoyable workflow. This is a lot of how I spend my time working with BoxCutter. Usually I'll work shapes up until I choose to add a blank material, and then I'll begin escalating things by choosing to either split things off and give them their own blank material and just work things up to the phase of rendering. So we'll just continue on with this for just a brief moment, and I just wanted to at least have a small closing segment just showing a little bit about BoxCutter and how you should be able to get in and just experience the most of it just using this and HardOps. Of course, HardOps is a dedicated support tool for BoxCutter. I've always wanted to have our tools have a sort of 32x connection with each other where they accentuate each other while they're able to work. Of course, as standalones, working without them is just not the intended way to work. Of course, outliers and people that long to be unique, of course, will say, yeah, I'm using BoxCutter with X tool instead of your tool, and of course that's fine. But the main thing is that you're using BoxCutter. I mean, that's the purpose of these BoxCutter videos. Of course, if I was doing the HardOps content, I would be saying the main thing is that you should be using HardOps, but definitely the goal should be to have you guys using both of these sets of tools because they both offer so much. However, it is something that requires a small amount of time investment for you to get acquainted with. So, I feel that everyone who has taken time to gain an understanding and mastery of these tools has invested into us heavily, and I value everyone who has done so. In fact, I'll take this shape and we're just going to press R and rotate it. Looks like I can't rotate it. We'll press Q and actually use a late parent, and then we'll rotate it, and it looks like we'll need to unparent this part, and it looks like we still won't be able to rotate this easily, so I'm just going to perform a smart apply, and we'll tab into edit mode, press R for 5, but we'll use the 3D cursor as our rotation. And I see that, just in my attempt to explain this process, it can get a little bit overwhelming for you guys. So with that, we'll just take this object and shift click Smart Apply to clone Smart Apply using HardOps, and we'll duplicate this piece off, maybe Control I and delete everything that isn't this. And we'll just solidify this out as well, give it its own blank material, maybe Alt scroll to something like wedge. And we'll just draw a wedge here and just dial that back, and we could probably do the same thing in this area. We'll use laser cut for that one, and for this one we'll bring it out but actually wedge it so we have a nice angle. And with that, I'll wrap up this video, and I'd like to thank you all for watching.